Greetings, dear hearts. I'm so glad that you're tuned in, first of all, to Healing Aspirations. You know there's already well over 100 of these, and that so many of you are now going onto the site and leaving comments and all as well. Delighted that it's happening. Well, I'm going to go at the issue today of some rules of the healing process to be able to accomplish, which will be very, very helpful to you. Some of the rules, some of the flat out aspects that you need to follow in order to have maximum effective approach to healing. And they're within the area of prayer. And I'm going to discuss two aspects of it. Number one is the need to be silent, and number two, the need to do nothing. That in the area of prayer, you're going to be mastering the ability to be silent and the ability to do nothing. Now, it's shocking. Bob, what are you saying? That if I go into prayer and I'm going to go to God, I'm praying purposely go to God, and you're telling me to be silent. Well, the reason that silence is a very, very helpful aspect of praying is because you're getting out of God's way to be able to communicate with you. Now, there's nothing wrong with going to God and not being silent. If there are things on your mind, yeah, blah, 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 and you're going to tell it to God as to what's going on. But at the end of it, to be silent, because you need to be able to make available to God the space to move on you. You need to make available to God the willingness to make space for God to communicate with you. And the way that's done in a very rich manner is to simply be silent. Now, meditators, many of them know this process, although there are some who, when they meditate, they are actually doing it off of a topic that they're contemplating, and sometimes contemplation and meditation get a little bit mixed up there with each other. But we're talking about whether you go to prayer God and you have an issue that you're raising with him or her, and you're going to present it and then be silent, or that you go in silence in the first place, knowing you're going to do it. Now, why would I do that, Bob? Because you might have already the awareness that God knows what needs to be delivered to you at that point. God knows what to deliver, what God has made you ready for. And indeed, for any insight that is to come along in healing, it is God who has to make you ready for it, not you. You're not in charge of making yourself ready. The only thing you're in charge of is the willingness to go ahead and go to God. But after that, it's all God's doings that is going to happen. Now, you might say, yes, but if I'm being silent, then I'm being lazy. I'm not doing the thing. No, it is not laziness. Silence is the greatest gift that you can give to God, because you're providing the fullness of availability of yourself that God can bring about at that moment to deliver what you have been made ready to deliver. And God will shut down the prayer time that you're spending in the silence, that you'll suddenly sense that it's over, and you can feel an awareness And particularly if you were in awareness with a support group, one of the helpful things that a support group does is people share their experience. And so you get the chance as well to experience what was said in the silence. Marvelous opportunity to exchange with others, because not all of us have, not one of us, I should say, has all the answers. And that's why a support group is available to be able to provide multiple answers and to be silent within the group and to hear the interactions that go on, that one person says something that's helpful to you and you say something that's helpful to another person. All of this is maximized in the silence. And so this is a crucial, crucial aspect, to be willing at some point in your prayer time to be silent and wait, and hopefully with others, because sometimes you will feel nothing happened. Well, I went in, Bob, you said be silent, I was silent, and what happened? Nothing. And actually, your human mind is deceiving you that nothing happened, because the human mind doesn't want you to know what happened and to distract you away from the human mind and see worth in your divine nature. And so it will do everything to possibly convince you that your silence didn't accomplish anything. But when the group encourages you to look at the silence and describe it, you suddenly become aware that the silence has a quality to it of what you're calling nothing. That the nothing is actually a feeling state. It's not a nothing state, it's a feeling state, that nothing is bothering you. Nothing's bothering you. You were in a state of mind where before you went into the silence and into the prayer, things were bothering you, you were upset, you were distressed, and all of a sudden you come out of it and nothing's bothering you. You were in the mind where nothing can bother it, your God mind, one with your Creator, where nothing can be bothering you because God created you not to be bothered. And so if there was a bothering, it disappeared because the bothering is of your own imagination, your own fantasies, your own thoughts about what is bothering you. But in your divine mind, nothing is bothering you because God made you for peace and love and joy exactly as God feels it. And so the nothingness is a serenity, is a peace. You made it. You made it. Can you catch that? You made it in the being of silence, in the having of silence. You have given God the opportunity to deliver the quality of the God mind, which is your love, peace, love, and joy. Second aspect that you have gone into prayer life, and that is to be able to do nothing. And we're going to cover that in the next portion of these healing rules.